Ryan and welcome to Hitsco. Overwatch 2 is out and PvE is of course a big focus of that, and with the announcement of the game they showed off that each of the characters will have its own unique talent system which will change up abilities in such a drastic way that they just get new abilities as a whole. So in this video we're going to go over the panel and also some of the Rio de Janeiro gameplay that's come out, showing off all of the abilities that have been revealed so far, talking about the talent trees, if you can call them that, the Tracer, Reinhardt, Lucio and May. Miska's already kind of gone over, so we're going to go over them towards the end of this video, but there is a list of characters such as Torbjorn, Genji and Hanzo that have had some of their abilities shown off. Before we get started on those though, they did show off some new models for Torbjorn and Bastion. I wanted to show these off from the BlizzCon Overwatch What's Next panel, and there's also some really cool answers that Jeff Kaplan's had about what the game is like, and also spoke a bit about Sojourn. I'm going to put that at the end of this video, really focus on the new talents and showing off that gameplay there. The first cool one that they showed for heroes that weren't included in the PvE mission was for Hanzo, and this is a talent Sorcerer's Guidance. Any arrow that hits an enemy detected by Sonic Arrow will seek and pierce other detected enemies, and is seen on the screen. This is what I mean by showing off some of the gameplay of the new abilities. It's really cool, like Jeff Kaplan mentioned. Sonic Arrow in a PvE game is pretty useless, so this was a nice way to actually give it a bit more utility and to actually make it quite strong and aggressive. So that was pretty cool. So I'm excited to see more for Hanzo, but that's all they showed off. Speaking of Hanzo, we got Genji to go over. You saw this very briefly in the gameplay trailer, but this talent is called Dragon's Breath. When using Dragon Blade, your slashes create a large piercing projectile that goes forward, again like you'll see on the screen. I've got to say the animation on a lot of these abilities as well looks amazing, but this is certainly one of the ones I wanted to highlight, hence why it's in the actual video. We have two talents that synergize quite well for Torbjorn. For those who don't know, the talents on the screen have the Tracer. You pick one on each row, so you pick a level one.
When I'm trying to explain something to somebody and I just don't have all the words that I need, it's at the tip of your tongue, it's just not a read.
This video is made possible by Dollar Shave Club. Use the link in the description for a special $5 starter set. In the long history of insane people trying to one-up one another in stupidly dangerous world records, one of these records stands above all the others as being the most dangerous. That record is the water speed world record. How fast you can make yourself move while on the water. The current world record was set in 1978, and every official attempt to beat it since has resulted in the person attempting it getting themselves killed. But what makes the attempt so dangerous? It should be pretty obvious if you watch a video of one of these attempts. Traveling at insanely fast speeds of several hundred miles per hour on flimsy boats on a lake is a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. But before the current world record in 1978 was set, the record was already an elusive and deadly prize. Going fast on the water for most of history wasn't really an exciting feat until we figured out how to put gasoline engines on boats. In the 1930s, the competition for the water speed record was in a tight race that kept going back and forth between an American and British team of idiot geniuses. The first casualty in pursuit of the record was perhaps the ironically named Englishman Sir Henry Segrave, who in 1930 set the world record at 99 miles per hour. Apparently unsatisfied with not breaking past 100, he set out immediately afterwards on the same day to try again, but this time his boat struck an object in the water which caused it to capsize and killed both him and his co-pilot. The record continued to go back and forth between the Americans and the British until a guy named Malcolm Campbell, bet you'll never guess which of the countries he belonged to, locked the record in place in 1939 before that big global war kind of stopped people from trying for a while. Once the 1950s came around though, and people started figuring out how to put jet engines on their boats, the fatalities of people trying really began to skyrocket. An Englishman named John Cobb wanted to be the first person to break the 200-mile-per-hour speed barrier and built a jet-powered boat called Crusader to do it. In 1952, out on Loch Ness, he managed to get up to 210 miles per hour and achieved his goal and the record, but the boat's front plane unfortunately collapsed, which caused the boat to instantly disintegrate, causing Cobb to die from shock. 2 years later, in 1954, the pursuit of the record would claim its next life. The Italian Motorboat Federation was offering a 5 million lira prize to any Italian that could beat the record, so two Italian businessmen built a piston-engine hydroplane named Lara 3. Traveling across a lake in northern Italy, the boat was going fast at 306 kilometers per hour, but ultimately became unstable and the pilots lost control of it. The boat somersaulted through the water